Hey guys, Game5 here, and today I'm going to be doing a top 10 of my personal favourite PlayStation 1 games of all time. Now this is totally my opinion, and yes, some of you may disagree, but take a chill pill, don't get all cranky in the comments. Here we go. So, starting this countdown off, in number 10 is Micro Machines. Micro Machines is a really fun, addictive game. You control a tiny little car and race on tracks such as kitchen tables, back gardens, and other crazy household places. You race around collecting special weapons to smash your opponents with, but better be careful as falling off the side can kill you. It's a very great game, and you can play up to 8 players, which is really good, and you can have some crazy races going on. Coming in at number 9 is Perk Galloon. This game follows a storyline from the animated film. You control Hercules going through different levels and fighting different types of bosses. There are in total 10 levels in this game, and they start from easy and eventually you start facing harder bosses. Hercules uses different weapons during his adventure, but the main weapon is a sword, although he can punch as well. But the problem with punching, it's a much more difficult way to defeat enemies. During the adventure, you can get weapon power-ups known as Gifts of the Gods. These can be found throughout the game, consisting of the Lightning Sword, Fireball Sword, Sonic Sword, and this is an overall fun adventure game allowing you to collect collectibles along the way. Coming in at number 8 is Worms. I've always felt that the Worms theme song is just so amazing and it should be treated like a national anthem. Worms is just one of those games that you either love it or you hate it. Worms is an artillery strategy game that requires a lot of skill and patience. If you're playing this game against a computer and expect to win, mate, you're in for a surprise. Worms is very challenging and very unpredictable. It's a colourful 2D maps that give it a great visual effect whilst playing, as you have hundreds and hundreds to choose from. With crazy weapons ranging from a banana bomb to a drill, you'll never have a dull moment. Coming in at number 7 is Croc. Croc time! This adorable little crocodile who's on a big adventure to save his little furry friends who are stuck in cages. This adventure platform game was such a good game and is still a very good game to this day, with over 50 levels and heaps of collectible gems. Who wouldn't love this game? The levels are very fun and open, which gives you a lot of exploring to do. They also made Croc 2, but I never got round to it because I've always been stuck on Croc 1 when I get to the high levels. If one thing sticks out of this game, it would have to be the soundtrack and all the little tunes when you jump and splat enemies. Coming in at number 6 is Abe. Trying to escape his work whilst he is saving his friends along the way, Abe is such a legend of a character. You can't help but love him and the way he speaks with his strange voice and interactions. Communicating by farting is just one of the strange things Abe does. He needs to be on the lab Bible, doesn't he? With lots and lots of levels and enemies, this game is challenging and by far easy to complete. I've never been able to complete this game, but now Sony have released a new version of it in HD on PlayStation 4, I think I might just have to give it another go. Coming in at number 5 is CTR, Crash Team Racing. This is a very popular and much loved game from all over the world. This game is fun and adventurous. Racing in karts spread over 5 worlds, Naughty Dog really did a great job developing this game. Adventure Mode is a one-player game where the player must race through all of the tracks and arenas in the game and collecting as many trophies, boss keys, CTR tokens and gems as possible. After winning races and collecting all of the things, it allows you to gain access to other races and different parts of the Crash Team Racing world. Going against the bosses can be some of the most frustrating, I'm telling you, frustrating but memorable times while playing the game. I recommend playing this game with friends as you'll enjoy the racing experience, collecting weapons and competing against each other. coming in at number 4, Speed Freaks. Personally, this is the biggest hidden gem on the PlayStation 1. If you're a fan of racing games, well, this is a must-have. It's a very bright and cheery kart racing game with amazing visuals and colours. The environments and tracks are by far my favourite of any other PlayStation 1 racing game, with lots of attention to detail going on, even in the backgrounds whilst you're racing. This game is rather difficult for beginners, but then once you start getting good at it and start getting drifting and stuff, you'll be absolutely bossing the game. Collecting weapons and boost power-ups on the way just makes it so much more fun and enjoyable. But as the game progresses, be prepared for much frustration, especially if you're a noob like Ryan Williams. Coming in at number 3 is the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. Yes, I said it. I've been trying forever to say Trilogy. Anyway, in every PS1 top 10, there must be room somewhere along the line for this game. The amount of success this game has had has been just ridiculous. Crash Bandicoot is primarily a platforming series. The goal of each level is obviously to guide Crash from the beginning to the end, travelling either into the screen, towards the player, or left and right in a side-scrolling manner. Several levels place Crash in unique situations which require the use of motorbikes, jet skis, submarines, and various wild animals to reach level's end. My favourite of the series is Crash Bandicoot Warped, as the levels are much more bigger and there's so much more action going on. Not forgetting the amazing graphics and special moves you can unlock as you complete levels. Crash Bandicoot really has it all. Number 2 is Rayman. This game is just amazing. Words cannot describe how fun and entertaining this game is for anyone that loves platform-styled games. Rayman is a little blonde guy without any limbs and with the little ability, but as you go on in the story, you gain powers that allow you to sprint, hover with your hair, and even hang, even though he has no limbs. Yeah, explain that. If anyone is wondering what I look like, just imagine a tall version of Rayman. With so many hours and frustrating attempts at this game, I am still yet to complete it, as the levels towards the end are very challenging. The graphics on this game are tremendous, and if you're ever feeling down or sad, just turn the game on and then there you go, you're happy again. It really does have that cheery feeling when you play it. With Rayman Origins being released on the PlayStation 4, I am most certainly going to be playing it and reviewing the game when I can get my hands on it. Right, this is it, the big one. Number 1 is Spyro Trilogy. This series is just the number 1 game on PlayStation by far, in my opinion, sure. With massive worlds and lots of collectibles, this game is everything that I look for in an adventure game. I have the strange thing, yeah, I'm pretty weird, but this is strange. I cannot move on to another level without collecting all of the gems, the eggs, dragons, or orbs, depending on which game. Unfortunately though, I feel like this game's never going to be as good as it was back on the PlayStation 1. I mean, the PS2 versions just don't have the same feel. There's just one small downside about Spyro. Them stupid little flying levels where you have to fly around in a certain amount of time going through obstacles. I mean, them things just annoy me so much. I just want to go and explore. I can't wait to get out of them levels yet. This game is around 17 years old and I'd still rather play than most of the new games out here. Spyro was and still is the best PlayStation 1 game of all time. Alright, this is the end. This has been Sporty Gamer 5 and thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment on the video. Until next time, peace.